I do like her, but no, we're not in a relationship.
Okay. Lucky got a girlfriend.
No, I did not have a girlfriend.
All right. Hey, what's going on? We are up at the park. It's Monday, June the, God, I don't even know. First week of June, maybe the 3rd. It's the 3rd. A lot of people have been asking for a Lucky update, and we're getting ready to give you that right here today. And bing.
Hello, everybody.
There's Lucky right there. All right, Lucky, what's going on with you, man?
As I feel I'm doing pretty well. I've been working with you now for a week and some change, ain't it been?
Yeah, it's been a little while. It's probably been a little bit over a week you've been working with me.
Yeah.
We should be working today. It's beautiful out here right now, but they're calling for rain, and well, I'm trying to figure out what the heck we're doing in regards to that. But you know, you're looking pretty good, man.
Thank you. I'm feeling pretty good.
It's got a little knife on the side right there.
Oh yeah, I bought this knife from a friend of mine. It's really nice, man. It's Damascus steel with a real deer horn handle on it.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. I like it.
All right, well, there's going to be a lot of questions that I'm sure people want to know about, so we're going to try to do an update with you.
All right.
But not only are we going to do this update with you, we've also got a special guest as well. Lucky's girlfriend's with us.
It's not like his girlfriend, it's like his friend, people.
Oh, okay.
She's a really good friend of mine.
But you like her, though.
Of course I do, but you know, like I'm not in any position to be in a relationship right now. She isn't either. You know.
All right, well,
hanging out with her, we're just friends.
Let's go walk and talk, and let's go get with her because she's with us now.
Whitney. What's up, Whitney?
Can we introduce Whitney?
Sure we can. Whitney.
Hi,
Hey, what's going on?
how are you?
All right, I'm just getting a chance to meet you for the first time. You are Lucky's friend,
Yes.
and what's your situation?
My situation is I am actually getting ready to go to the Gateway program. That way I can go home and be with my kids.
So you've got addiction problems as well,
Yes.
and what's your current situation with addiction? Are you using, or are you trying to not be using?
Right now I am not using. That way I can get into the Gateway program.
Okay.
But it's very hard out here.
So you're homeless as well?
Right now I am, yes, because I was in a place and then I came here to go to the Gateway program, but my insurance didn't lap the right way, so I had to wait till today to be able to get my insurance and everything situated.
Okay.
She's been staying with me to keep her ass out of the rain.
And you're staying in the tent?
Well, not anymore. Yesterday would have been the last day, but we went over to a friend's house instead, so no more tent for Whitney at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I go pick you all up over at the house that you're staying at. You're telling me that you're potentially going to be renting a room from there.
Yeah. They were talking to me about it this morning. They need some help with the water bill situation, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You know?
You put the water bill in your name, and then you've got a place to stay.
Well, I get my foot in the door. I'm sure I'll have to pay rent afterwards, but I'll get my foot in the door. Right? So, anyway.
But yeah, you have to put the water in your name.
Yeah, I got to put the water in my name to get my foot in the door, yeah.
So there's no water over there currently?
No.
No, well, I'm not supposed to.
They cut it on and off, but no.
Yeah.
I'm sure the city's loving that.
Yeah,
Right.
a lot of people do that shit. Where I used to be at before with people I stayed with before, the water would get cut off all the time for like a few days, and they would cut it back on at night and cut it off early in the morning. Yeah, cut it off in the morning and on at night. I mean, they don't lock them up. It's just a regular water key, there's no lock on it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna, show the house or anything like that, but this is where I come to pick you guys up at. It looks like a nice house. But when I pulled up, the neighbor came outside and he was pretty suspicious of me, and it certainly looks like he's probably been seeing, his fair share of things that probably make him suspicious of that place.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that, a place where, usage is taking place at?
I would say somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, there's probably people.
Yeah.
How many people are staying over there?
Oh God.
Right now, there's a bunch, but they're gonna boot almost all of them out. That's
You
one of the
even
things
have
that-
somebody that stays in the back in a shed. A girl who stays, she rents the shed
Yeah,
out back.
I
Jenny.
haven't met her. Like, I went there and hung out a few nights ago with a little while with Casper, and then left. And then last night was the first night that I've been back there since. And none of them other people were there that first night I was there. There was just Lala and Carter and Frank. They were the only ones there the first time I went over there.
Yeah, 'cause
Now
I
there's
think
like a whole bunch
Jenny's
of
moving
people.
out. Yeah, I think Jenny's moving out.
Jenny's moving out?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's the one who stays in the back in the shed.
Okay.
Well, let's go ahead and walk and talk like we normally do. We'll go to our little bench area.
This is a cool ass park.
Nice out.
Yeah, it's real nice. Thunderstorming like a mother later though.
You say what?
I said it's gonna be thunderstorming like hell later, man.
Yeah, the weather's
Why we ain't painting today.
I'm not, but you know, it's what we got to deal with. It's beautiful right now, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's probably not going to stay that way.
Mhm.
So, Whitney, how did you meet Lucky?
I actually met Lucky before when I came down here to visit. My mother actually lives in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay, where are you
And
from?
I am actually from West Virginia.
Oh,
I was
wow.
born in West Virginia. I was raised in Hanover County, right outside of Richmond. And then I know some of my people moved from Hanover County down here, and we were hanging out. And I actually met Lucky because he was selling his artwork, panhandling on the strip down there by Walmart.
Mhm.
And
That's how we met again. Like the first time that we were both still. I mean, I was still getting high, and she was getting high.
oh, well,
that
you
kind of
talking about like the first time we ever met?
thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry.
So you both met.
Getting high.
Yeah, getting high. She was visiting her mom when we met the first time, but running into her again up there at Walmart, I was shocked to see her because I hadn't seen her in so long, and you know she was cool as hell, and then she just disappeared one day. So.
Well, this is our little area right here. We got this bench over here. We could post up in this area. Whitney, how old are you?
I am 34.
Okay. What do you think of Lucky?
He's cool. He's my buddy.
There you go.
He's very generous. He looks after me.
Do you have a lot of problems out here?
No, not so bad. But I don't put up with a lot of shit either.
No, she doesn't at all. At all.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, so Lucky, what's going on with you? Everybody's going to want to know, you know, where are you at with the usage, the sobriety, what's going on?
Well, I mean, I'm not like I don't have a dope habit anymore. That you know, I mean, I've told you before, I'm not like the clean and sober type of guy, like the NA militant, never gonna catch a buzz again thing. Isn't, you know, it's not me. It's not what I was ever after. I was just so tired of having that monkey on my back, having to have, you know, heroin every 4 hours or I'd be sick, you know. I was just so tired of that whole struggle, you know.
So have you been using?
Not heroin, no. I mean, I've gone high, you know.
What have you been using?
A little bit of meth, a little cocaine, but not every day or anything either. Just, you know, like more like sporadic. Somebody might pop up and have something and be like, oh, you want to try this? And be like, yeah, you know, whatever. Okay. I don't, you know, I'm afraid to pick up heroin again because I don't think I could control it. If I did, it'd be something that would immediately probably take my life over again, you know what I mean? The other shit I never have cared about. Like, it's always been easy for me to walk away from everything but heroin, you know what I mean? Like, I've never been caught in a stranglehold. That's true. I did get caught in a stranglehold with crack back when I was in my early 20s, and it was such a terrible thing that, like, now, there's no way I would ever get stuck smoking crack every day and be a crackhead. I couldn't do it. Like, it's terrible. Like, first of all, it's the biggest money pit you get high for a couple of minutes, and then the next thing all you do, you just want to hit. So if you go smoke crack, like you might as well just say goodbye to having any kind of life at all. And it was so bad that like if I would have got caught doing the things I was doing to make money to support a crack habit, I'd never got out of prison. You know? Like, yeah. I mean seriously, like it was bad because you know having a crack habit like that is like a $500, $600, $700 a day type of habit as opposed to you know $50 habit when it comes to heroin. You know.
So this house that you've been staying at, you know, what is that situation?
Well, I just said been staying. I haven't even
stayed
committed to staying there. We got there about what was it, about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because. Last night, I don't know, Kurt, the situation staying in the tent was Whitney and me and Kurt. It's crowded and Kurt's been aggravated, and it's been putting a little bit of strain on, you know, shit between me and Kurt.
I saw Kurt this morning, as a matter of fact. He was posted up in his normal location.
Did you talk to him or just?
I didn't get a chance to because I was on my way to come see you.
Well, last night, you know, like I guess because Whitney the night before she didn't stay in the tent with me, but then and I guess he assumed she wasn't going to last night. So when she popped up right before we were getting ready to go, it was already late. We were out, you know, just hanging out or whatever at 7-Eleven, getting ready to go. Me and Kurt were getting ready to go back to the tent, and Kurt didn't know I was talking. I was texting Whitney. She's telling me to meet her over there, so she'd come to the tent with me. And when she popped up, I don't know, like. He got aggravated. I guess he didn't think she was going to be there that night. Like, you know, but anyways, last night was supposed to be the last night anyways, because today she's supposed to, her insurance goes through. So I didn't, you know, like, I got aggravated that he got mad, and then I was like, well, whatever. And then none of us wound up sleeping in San Antonio because, like, Winnie and me stayed hanging out up at 7-Eleven just to stay out of Kurt's hair, I guess. And we wound up, like, you know, I guess Frank popped up at 7-Eleven and we're like, well, you want to go over there? I was like, yeah, cool, let's go over there. And I went by the tent to grab my backpack and head up there. And when I went to the tent, Kurt wasn't even in there. And it was like, you know, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I guess he didn't go there and we didn't go there. Nobody went there.
Damn.
Yeah.
So today your insurance is supposed to come through and
Yes.
And you're supposed to get the opportunity to go to the Gateway program?
Yes.
What's the Gateway program?
It's like pretty much like a sober living house. But instead of being in a house, you're like in an apartment.
Oh wow.
And you go to classes and stuff like that. You can have a job. They actually pay you to go to classes. But you can have a job and everything. You have a curfew though.
That's the reason why I never went to the Gateway program, because of that curfew thing. She has to do it, you know. She has to. She's got to do it for her kids.
But it seems pretty nice. It seems like they give you groceries every week, and they do your laundry once a week. You have a security guard that walks around though. Like, you can't have guys coming in. Like, anybody that's like your roommates that are in your apartment are the only ones allowed in your apartment. Like, you can't go to other people's apartments, you can't do none of that, and can't nobody come into your apartment.
So Lucky wouldn't be able to come see you there?
Not inside, no.
No, she
I'm
can
allowed
hang
to
out
go
with me.
outside.
Come hang out with me. She
Right.
just has to be back by her curfew. Do they kick you out if you miss your curfew, or you just?
No, you have to be. If you miss your curfew, you can't come back till 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
How many chances do you get with that?
You have to drug test every time you come back at 6 o'clock in the morning. That day, you have to take a drug test. As soon as they come into the office, you have to go report and take a drug test.
So in order to get into this program, I imagine you probably have to take a drug test as well, right?
Yes.
Would you pass a drug test for this? Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, she ain't been getting high. I don't get high all the time either. You know, because the other things when I do, like, you know, I don't know. I guess sometimes I get bored. You know, when I'm completely sober is the only reason why. And I don't like drinking. Like, it makes me feel like shit when I drink. I get, you know, I always get hungover every time I drink. And even before I get a hangover like an hour after my last drink, you know?
Well,
So I don't like drinking. Weed's alright, I guess, but I don't mind smoking weed if it's like at nighttime before I go to bed, but I can't smoke it like during the day because then I can't do shit, but like lay around, and I don't like doing that.
You know, Lucky was telling me about an organization that comes around trying to get homeless folks up off of the street and offering to put people in hotels. And he said that this was an organization that had reached out to you, right?
Yes.
What's the name of that organization?
It's one of them is the Renaissance. She's actually, I don't know like the actual, like it was something crisis. I don't know. I know their phone number.
Crisis prevention or something like that?
Yes, something like that. And it was Miss J and Zion, Mr. Zion, who is like, they'll help you get started with the process. But you can contact them. They'll help you get started with the process, and then you wait, because it just all depends on what insurance you have, like Centera, Optima, you know, to see which like area like they put you in. Like I know like one of them is the Renaissance, who is the next stop you would go to. But it just like all depends where they put you and who they send you to. And then when the Renaissance calls you, you do like a little assessment interview over the phone, and after that they put you in they'll give you a hotel, and they give you a card. A counselor comes out to your hotel and talks with you and stuff, and they give you a card for $300 for food a week. And then if you need clothing, then they'll give you a voucher for clothing. But after that program, like after that hotel stay and stuff is over, they try to get you to like, you know, job, and then try to get you to be where you can get your own place. So
Yeah,
they're very helpful.
I'm interested in this because you were telling me about this, Lucky.
Yeah,
You said there was somebody who's got some kind of a gorilla for a logo or some clothing
Yeah,
line.
he worked for one of the companies that do that. They go around and they find homeless people and try to get them into these resource programs that they have.
Does Whitney know this? Is that what she's talking about?
Nah, you never met Miami, did you?
No.
Heavy stuff like that. Nah. I met him at the Oasis, a place in Portsmouth that you can go eat breakfast and lunch every day. They serve breakfast and lunch every day there for anybody that wants to come in and eat, free of charge. So a lot of the people that are employed by these programs, they actually employ people to go out and find people. They gotta fill their quotas to keep the resource money, you know.
Yeah.
So they actually employ people to go out and find homeless people that qualify for a program. You know, they have to have, you know, Medicaid and stuff to be able to qualify for the programs. And most of them are mental health and addiction treatment centers that offer resources to homeless people, like, you know, putting them in a hotel room to get them off the streets for a while. Then they have programs like the Gateway that they can actually have, you know, housing that's a little bit more permanent, and then work towards having really permanent housing. And the guy that had the thing I was telling you about, he went on to the Shark Tank show. He worked for one of those companies that, you know, went out to find people to fill, you know, their quotas to keep the resource money. They actually paid people, homeless people. They paid me one time $50 to go to this program because I had mental health issues in the past, and you know, so I went and did their program. It took all day long. You know, had a class, talked to some counselors, ate dinner, filled out some paperwork, and I was given a counselor that was going to be my personal counselor for a week that was going to help me out with whatever I needed. And then when I left, they paid me $50. So, you know, they use that money to try to lure people, homeless people into come and actually participate in their programs.
Well, the reason I'm asking y'all is because I'm interested in trying to find these folks and seeing about talking with them.
Well, Whitney knows them better than I do because she actually knows some that are currently doing it because she's been talking to them more recently.
Yeah, Mrs. J and Zion. Like Mrs. J, they're very helpful. Like any questions that you have or anything like that. I've been talking with Mrs. J since Zion is actually the guy, and Mr. Zion actually seen me walking through Walgreens parking lot, and he stopped me and somebody else I was walking with and asked us if we had anywhere to stay or anything, and gave us a flyer, and he's told us to call the number, and we did, and that's how I got started it with them. But I also, everybody that we come in contact with, that's living out here on the streets and everything, I tell them about it.
Do you have the flyer still?
Yes, I actually do.
I'd like to get a picture of that just so I can get in contact with these folks. And
Okay, sure.
I'd like to be able to talk with them.
Send you a picture of it on the phone.
It's actually.
Oh, you haven't? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. She's
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
I'd definitely like to check it out. I want to talk with these folks and just see, what they're doing, and I'm just really interested in that. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it is for people who are interested. I actually had a guy pull up on me pretty recently too, trying to get me to get into the same program, the Gateway program. Like he, came and picked me up, gave me a ride over there. I went and filled out the application because I was considering doing it because I, was homeless, and that was before me and Kurt started hanging out actually. And I was, getting sick of being out there on the street and shit. So I went over there, but then, I don't know. The whole thing, just the curfew thing that got me, because I'm not usually in bed until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Even when I work, like I'll just come home and take a nap, and then I'll wake up and I'll be up, until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and take another nap and then get up and go to work. You know what I mean?
Well,
Kind of insomniac a little bit. I have a hard time sleeping sometimes.
I ain't gonna make this any longer. I just wanted to give people an update. I'm sure there's gonna be people who have a lot to say about this in regards to what they think is going on with you. Whitney, it's a pleasure to get a chance to meet you and to hear a little bit about you. I wish you all the luck with going to this Gateway program and being able to get your. How many kids do you have?
I have 2. I have a daughter. She's 5. Her name's Kaylee, and I have a little boy. He'll be 2 on June 26th. He's 1 right now.
Who has your kids right now?
My mother.
Well, at least they're with family.
Right.
I wish you all the luck in the world trying to get your kids back and to make it with your sobriety.
Thank you.
And Lucky, I appreciate you sharing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. At least while Whitney's around, I'm get high a lot less than I would because I won't do it in front of her. So having her around is good. She's just to be around after she gets in the program. I'm sure we'll still be hanging out. She just has to go home at 11.
Right. Curfew.
Yeah, curfew.
Being a teenager again.
Well, all right, it's a pleasure to meet you.
You too. Thank you so much.
And Lucky,
Yeah, man.
appreciate you sharing, man.
You know me. I'm always going to give it to you real.
Yeah.
People don't like it, me getting high, I'm doing other drugs than what I was doing before, but, that's what I do,
I'll wrap it with that.